Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're talking about screen protectors, but our focus is going to be on film-based protectors that are easy to install and that support the fingerprint sensor for the Samsung Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus. We're looking at the HD Elastiskin Clear, and it's a 2-pack available on Amazon from amFilm. Let's check it out. All right, so let's go ahead and check and see what's in the box. So this is a 2-pack kit, and it's going to have your little warranty information, an installation guide, and in this guide, you're going to have several things, right? We're going to have dust remover wipes. We're going to have alcohol wipes. We're also going to have a little wipe that we're going to be able to use just to clean off our phone. So check it out. So here you have instructions, attentions, dust removal stickies, a squeegee. You also then have this microfiber towel, and you have not one, but 2 sets of everything. So because you have 2, you actually have 2 of these. So you have your wet wipe and your dry wipe for your screen. And in addition to that, you have your screen. So here we have the actual films that we'll be using. These will go on, we're just going to use one on the phone. You have this little pad right here, which you're going to see how this is going to work. So this little pad gives us the ability to keep our phone steady on our desk as we're placing it on so it doesn't shift around. And then we have this little installation tool. Let me show you how all this works. So now the first step in the process is to wipe down our screen using the wet wipe. And that's what I'm doing right now. And then after I'm wiping it down, I'm going to use the dry wipe to just, again, dry the surface so that I have a spot-free finish. So I'm just going over just like this. A couple of things that I like doing too is I have no fan, no central air, nothing running in the house. That makes sure that I don't have anything flying around, any dust particles. That's going to be really important. All right, so now that we have that taken care of, and I feel pretty good with that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that little tool and we're going to start showing you how this is going to work. So this tool, this one right here, is going to go in your USB port. So I'm going to put it in my micro USB port just like this. So slide it in softly, don't jam it in there. And once that's in, and you can see how this looks right here on camera. So you see that? And I'm going to go over the screen again. I'll remove it one more time so you can see. Put it in. All right, I'll go in. Don't force it too much. This is what it's going to look like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this little pad. All right? And this is, I'm just following, the instructions, how they do it. What this little pad is going to do for me is it's going to keep my phone steady as I'm putting it on the phone. So I'm just going to put it just like this. So I have my phone in place, and now it's stuck in place. It doesn't move. You can see my camera shaking because it's not moving. So this is good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my screen protector. And what you'll notice is that the screen protector has 2 parts of it. So it has 1 and a 2. And you notice that it has these channels right here. Well, they're going to fit right here, just like this. And then we're going to be pulling the actual screen protector forward in a second. I just want to show you how it's going to go. Obviously, we're going to put this little part in there as well. So let's go ahead and put this here, just like this. We're going to put this little cover on it to lock it in place. And this is going to help you with alignment. But I'll tell you, even after you put this on, you're going to want to make sure that you have good alignment. So you can see how that goes. All right, that looks good. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go over the screen one more time and make sure I don't have any dust. All right, so now that I have it wiped down, I'm going to go ahead and go through step 1, and I'm going to remove the first piece of film. All right. All right. Now, when you do the first piece of film, what you're doing is just removing a top layer that's going to allow the middle layer to stick. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So as you look at right here, this the film starting line, what's happening is by removing this piece, what I have now exposed is this middle area that's going to stick. Now, it's really important that you get your alignment right out of the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to flip this upside down because I want to kind of align the top because that's important to me to get it. So instead of having it away from me like I have right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it off of this little plastic thing, holding it up the way I am. I want to put it down because I want to be able to see this alignment this way. So you see how I flipped it over? So this may be a tip for you because it's going to give me the ability to align this nicely. That looks pretty good to me, so I'm just going to press there. Just a small tap. So see how that looks right there? That looks pretty decent to me. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to just rub this way, and I'm going to rub this way, And what it's doing is, again, it's getting my starting point there, and it's kind of aligned it for me. All right, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our squeegee, and I'm going to squeegee the top portion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up like this. It's stuck right here, and I'm going to inspect it one more time to make sure it looks good. And as I tilt it this way, so I'm inspecting it, I'm pushing forward. So you should be able to see on camera how the screen protector is actually coming down. And as it's doing that, it's actually, this squeegee is pushing it down and making the adhesive on the screen protector go on the screen. So you see how that's working? And go slowly until we get it there. All right, so now that's in place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeegee over here. I'm going to squeegee over here. And you see how that looks right there? So now the next step is to remove this piece. All right? And I'm going to lift this up again. Flip it around because I find it's easier for me to do it this way. Right? This one I'm happy with. I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to inspect it one more time for dust. So I'm going to take the squeegee on this side and I'm going to start pushing this way. And you notice how the film is lifting. And I'm going to bring it this way. Just take your time. And I'm pushing it. And I'll continue to push all the way down. Just take it easy. Don't go in a hurry until it slaps in just like this. So now, this looks good. Okay, so far we'll keep our fingers crossed. Maybe there's no dust there. And now the next step we're going to do is we're going to lift 3. See how it has a 3 right there? So we're going to lift that up. All right, and we're going to lift this away. And what should remain is the screen protector. And you can see the screen protector's on. And we're going to continue to pull this way. All right, so far things look good. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go over. So this screen protector has kind of like a microfiber top to it. So as I'm going over it, I'm not pushing hard. And don't worry about that little speck there. I'm not really concerned about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push like this just to see if everything looks good. Now, one of the things that you'll notice that there's some bubbles here. The key to this is to push the bubbles away from the phone. So it's going to go to the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way. I have a bubble there, right? And let that bubble meet this other bubble. Just easier, I find, at times, just to work with 2 bubbles at the same time. And then continue to push away. And you're not going to do this in a hurry, right? So you're going to take your time. You don't want to push it really fast. Because if you have dust underneath the screen, you want to be able to catch it. So I think I may have something here. We'll see that in a second, and I do. So this is what you do. So I didn't press hard. The next step that I'm going to go through is I'm going to use this sticker here. And I'm going to use it to lift up the screen protector. I'll put it right here on the side. And let's see if it'll lift up. Yes, it did. So it's lifted it up. So see how I lift it up? I'm going to leave this one right here where I can kind of grab it. So I'm going to use another one of these little dust removal stickies to grab the little lint that may have been caught on the bottom. And the key here is that when you do this, you don't want to rip it away. So you'll notice I'm doing it slightly. You don't want to tear it, because when you're tearing, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pulling the glue surface that's on the screen protector away, and it's just going to damage it. Right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up slightly, just like this. Peeling it slightly. I don't want to damage the screen protector, and I'm not going to worry about the bubble that's there. All right. I'm going to grab this side right here. So it's lifting it up just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeegee this out. The whole point about this is to go slow and steady. And I'm just going to be looking to see if that area that I had a problem with earlier has anything. Let's see. So far looks good. Okay. Looks like I have a little something there. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can clean that off. All right. Okay, so far so good. All right, now the next thing is you'll notice that the sides here it's lifted, so I'm just going to go over it like this. And I'm going to use this little squeegee here to see if there's a bubble there, which it looks like there's one. going to clean up that bubble. Clean the bubble on this side. And then continue to just work this out right here. I'll remove this. All right. All right, let's see what that looks like now. All right, so I'll turn it off so you can see what the screen looks like. It looks like I have a little mark there. It looks like I wasn't able to save that, but you know what? I think we'll be able to live with that. Yeah, it has a little mark there. Let's see what it looks like when it's on. So it's right there, visible. Let me put it in an angle. Can you see that right there? So let's go ahead and turn it on. Let me go ahead and log in. All right. So this is what the screen protector looks on. Now, with it on, you can barely notice that right there. So it had a little speck, fortunately, there, but you can see what it looks like. Now, from a responsiveness, it's spot on. Now, what we'll have to do is see if the fingerprint sensor works. All right, so the next test is to see if our fingerprint works. And it works. We'll go through that one more time. It works. One more time. And it works. So guys, that concludes our installation of the HD Elastic Skin Clear 2-pack from amFilm. Let me know what you thought of the installation process. It's just something that you'd consider. It's a little different, the installation process, but again, there's no chemicals, there's no UV light, and as you saw, it works with your fingerprint sensor. Not a problem there. So let me know in the comment area below.